Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and I'm here in Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, yet again. Let's get a good look at what the comic books are for this week. So far we got, looks like I'm going to be going in reverse order, X-Men Blue. Alright, so far the X-Men Blue series has been picking up. I have seen a preview cover. They just released the preview cover today on Tuesday, and guess what? It looks like Polaris is going to wind up being possibly the leader, the new leader of the X-Men Blue team. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Now, X-Men Blue Annual, issue number 1 has also come out this week, and we got a Venom crossover, so you have to make sure you check over in the Venom comics also. And Thanos, issue number 15, guys. Donny Cates, who's also doing over in Doctor Strange, he's kind of killing it over here. And this was a really big cover just a couple weeks ago when they pointed out that he's got a Hulk. Thanos, old man Thanos, has a Hulk on a leash. If you guys are watching Star Trek Discovery, you know they've got a comic book out. I read issue 2, I previewed it last month, and issue number 2 is out now. And this is actually giving you the Klingon story. So that main Klingon that's in there, the female with the Rosie, I can't remember her name, and I can't pronounce that stuff anyway, but it's actually a really interesting story. Her and her brother and all her little brother. It's actually, I'm pretty impressed. I'm going to see what this one is about. Guys, DC Comics has apparently been listening to us. We're loving the Mr. Miracle 12 issue. Now, is it a possibility that this 12 issue of Raven could possibly be just as good? Daughter of Darkness, we all know her. We all love her. Raven. So I'm looking forward to this. Issue 1 out this week. I'm thinking that's going to wind up being a collector's item real soon. Phoenix Resurrection. We missed last week. Whatever, they had a little hiccup. But there's a weekly comic, and issue number 4 is out. Guys, I took a look at the previews. You know when sometimes when you wait and you're really patient, and you wait for a long time, and then you get really lucky and you come across a comic book that not only has beautiful art and good storytelling, but the art actually tells the story also? Yeah, this is one of those. This is one of those ones where even if there weren't any text in it, I would still be impressed with how well this story flows. Guys, Chip Zdarsky on Thing and Human Torch, Marvel 2-in-1, issue number 2. It's looking like a little infamous Iron Man action down there. That would make me buy the comic regardless, but this was a good first issue last month. This is one of those comics I kind of wish was bi-weekly or bi-monthly also. This is fantastic. I'm looking forward to reading this one. Legion, issue number 1 of 5. Rogue Gambit just came out, what, 2 weeks ago? So now we got Legion coming back. So 5 issues here. I'm looking forward to seeing what's in here. A lot of good comics out this week. Now, you know how the Inhumans, the Royals, and well, Black Bolt is still going to stay a comic, but Royals and Inhumans are kind of, condensing into one? Yeah, it's this one, Judgment Day. So a whole lot of answers going to be happening in here with some new questions starting up. Flint, who's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now, he looks like he's got some new powers showing up. We got the prophecies going on with Maximus the Mad. We got what's going on with the relationship with Medusa and Black Bolt after her little tryst with Gorgon, who just died recently. A lot of questions. Hopefully there's going to be at least some answers. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Zod is apparently making an appearance here and all over the place. This one is supposed to be current continuity. We'll get more on that in a bit. Issue number 700 total of The Flash. This is actually issue number 39 of the post-Rebirth era. But guys, this right here, this is the 700th printed issue of The Flash. And Gorilla Grodd is back. What else do we need to know? You know there's going to be a fantastic storyline. Doomsday Clock, issue number 3 of 12. All right, guys, right here, I just found out that this book is about to go bi-monthly. Fantastic, because that was one of my biggest complaints about this, is that they give us so much information that a month later, with all the other comic books that I'm reading and reviewing, it's hard to remember what happened in the previous issues. Making this bi-monthly, fantastic, fantastic. Also, Batman in Detective Comics issue 973. Okay, so it's looking like this is the fall of the Batmen. Things are starting to fall out of place. It looks like everything's starting to fall apart. I've seen a couple previews. It looks like there's going to be some new allegiances with several of the Bat family. It's all starting to happen here. James Tynion IV, this guy is he's off the chain with some of the things that he's doing in his comics. I'm surprised. And also, what's the resolution with the Clayface situation? So I do not have any problems saying that. Like a lot of times I would say that this is my guilty pleasure. Nothing guilty about it. I profess that this right here, Phantom, issue number 4, this is just one of the best comic books that I'm reading. And also, mind you guys, if you are usually getting these things online, understand Chapter House Comics, they do not put out their comic books on the first week online. So you have to wait until next week to get this online. So my recommendation, consider going out and getting this physical copy this week, because that's the only way to get it on time. Fantastic comic book. I'm absolutely in love with everything that's happening here. And since we're talking about Chapter House, we have to talk about Captain Canuck. So issue number 2 is finally out, and loving it. Absolutely loving it. So Black Panther, issue number 169. Guys, if you're not reading this, I don't know where you are. There's so much happening in here. This is, honestly, this and Aquaman have got to be the 2 most perfect political commentaries ever. And I'm not talking about in current social economic times. Not at all. No, no, no. I'm talking about if you're a gamer. If you go and you play RPG games, and I'm not talking about video games like the pen and paper, Dungeons and Dragons, and stuff like that. This right here, this comic book, and the Atlantis trials that are going on right now over in Aquaman, these are the 2 main comic books. If you want to know how to build a world with a political intrigue in it, this is the way to go right here. This is fantastic. A nation unto itself. How far could we go without talking about No Surrender? Weekly comics, 16 issues total. Right here, this should be issue number 3. Yep, up top. This issue number 3. This is just... Why am I talking about it? You're going to grab it. You got to grab it. Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 794. Guys, apparently this is the end of Dan Slott's run. I know, it's probably a lot of cheering out there someplace. I personally don't have a problem with his run. Sorry. But Dan Slott, I feel like he's killing it. And this is supposed to be his coup de grace for Spider-Man. He's going over to Iron Man. He's going to start writing for Invincible Iron Man. Now that... we got a change of pace over there. Brian Michael Bendis is leaving to go to DC for a 3-year contract. This right here, Threat Level Red, Part 1. Part 1 of his final story. Who is the Red Goblin? Guys, I don't want to... All I'm saying is, we've been looking forward to where is this guy in the current Legacy storyline, all right? I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. But check my preview, or check my review that's going to be coming out, I'm sure, tomorrow. Didn't I say that Zod was everywhere? Ah, this guy right here, man. So Zod Unleashed, Son of Zod, actually. You know, this is the first time I'm actually seeing that. Son of Zod in the Superman comic, Action Comics. This is fantastic. Booster Gold is also in here too. Can't go wrong with that. Dan Jurgens is writing. Dan Jurgens created Booster Gold. Can't go wrong. This is looking like it's going to be a fantastic story. And finally, if you're reading Saladin Ahmed over in Black Bolt, this is where I actually first heard about this guy and fell in love with his writing. So I am going to give it a shot. All of my non-DC, non-Marvel comic books are reviewed on Mondays. So, you know, stick around till Monday if you're not sure you want to grab this or not, but I am grabbing this. Saladin Ahmed is writing for Boom Studios. I've been pretty impressed with Boom Studios as of late, you know. So right here we got a brand new story by him. Apparently it's going to be a 5-issue miniseries. We'll see what's going on. And moving on from there, let's check out some of the figures that they got. We got your Pops? Remember last week I said that they were going to start making a whole bunch of the Pops figures for Masters of the Universe? Beast Man. That's what I'm talking about. Beast Man. So again, I said I want Merman next, all right? Consider Lockjaw when you can. And what do we got here? We got a little Iron Fist action. I'm digging it. He's in his little punch phase there, if you could see that. And, oh, and it looks like it might actually light up or something. Does that? No, there's no way. Anyway, the fist is definitely different. Okay, guys, I know everybody's going to come out. I know they've got a couple. They don't have too many, okay? I noticed about a half a dozen maybe. Bob Ross, bobblehead. You can't go wrong. This is fantastic. I've never bought a Pop before, but I might actually now. I'm just saying. Mad Max, we got Immortal Joe over here. Will he witness you? That's up to you. What do we got over here? We got the 10th Doctor, all right? My kids, this is their favorite Doctor Who, all right? My wife, I think this is my wife's favorite Doctor Who too. I should probably know that. Either way, we got the 10th Doctor in Pop form. And what is this over here? Game of Thrones, we got one of the dragons? get out of town. So it's looking good. It's looking a whole lot good. And then finally, and they got a whole bunch more stuff. Guys, make sure you're checking out the Facebook group. Make sure you're checking out Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles. The Facebook group, forget about it. But over here, we've also got a bunch of golden readers. We got The Flash. You want your kids to grow up right? We got Black Panther with the movie coming out. By the way, I got my tickets. Do you have yours? I'm serious. If you want to see it in the first week, you should probably get your tickets. Unless you're taking off of work, you might have a better chance then. Guardians of the Galaxy. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. What do we got here? Doctor Strange. I'm very happy to see a golden book of Doctor Strange. And finally, Thor and the Hulk together. Thunderstrike. You can't go wrong. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this particular preview of Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles presented by Comic Book University. Make sure you check out all my reviews. On top of that, again, check out the Facebook page. There's a whole bunch more figures that came out, collectibles that came out. It's not just Gotham Central Comics and Gotham Central Comics. It's collectibles also. And you know what? I'm just going to give a quick little look at what they're doing here. Look at. I may have just lost my prop, but look at candy section. We got a bunch of art up top. You got candy section over here. This is just, I'm just saying, the place, it's kind of opening up a little bit. So I'm going to leave it at that. You guys make sure you come down. This is pilgrimage worthy. All right. Professor Bill, Comic Book University at Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Class dismissed.